Let's sit down on our custom chair and let's add sittable blocks to our Minecraft mod. More in-depth topics for Minecraft modding available in the 121 modding courses linked below, covering writable and tameable entities, custom entity armor, and even custom entity inventories, among many more awesome topics. Alright, friends, I'm back to tell you once more, and in this tutorial we'll be adding a sittable block to our Minecraft mod. Of course, we're going to make it our chair, and you will be able to make any block sittable, I mean custom one. You could also do it with vanilla blocks, but that is more complicated. I'm pretty sure you'd need Mixin for that. Although you might actually be able to do it another way. But regardless of that, we're going to do it with our custom block over here, the chair. And you will find that this is way more straightforward than you might think. However, we need to cheat a little bit. Because can you imagine a time in Minecraft, in vanilla, we have sat down. Now you might be saying, you can't sit down in vanilla Minecraft. Oh, no, of course you can. If you put a saddle on a horse or I guess a giraffe, but, or a pig, right? That is the moment when you sit down. So that means that certain entities can ride other entities. So to basically make a block sittable, we just need to spawn an entity that we can sit on, and then all of a sudden it's going to work. So for this, we're going to go to entity custom, and we're going to make a custom entity over here. This is going to be the chair entity. You'll be able to reuse this for any block that you want to be able to sit on, basically. And we're going to make this extend the entity class from net Minecraft entity. Very important that we choose the correct entity class. Hover over this to implement the three methods. Hover over this again, create constructor matching super. And then we want to overwrite the remove passenger method, where after the super call, we're going to call this.kill. Very importantly, we need this so that the entity removes itself after the passenger is no longer on there, so that we don't clutter up the world with like unnecessary entities, because that's, literally just unnecessary. So that's why this is there. And that's the entire entity class done. We then can register this pretty much, pretty much in the mod entities class over here. Let's just duplicate the tomahawk, and this is going to be the chair. Of course, every time you duplicate something, always be very careful about every single thing. Tomahawk, this is going to be the chair underscore entity. Then here, we no longer need this build. And then here it is the chair entity new with a miscellaneous spawn group and a height and width of 0.5 for both of them. And that should be fine. And that is correct. This is the chair entity registered. For this, you will also need a renderer. So into entity client, a new class called the chair renderer. There we go. And this one is also super freaking simple. It will simply extend the entity renderer class of type chair entity. And we're going to hover over this to implement the get texture method. Hover over this again, create constructor matching super, which we're going to make public. And then we simply override the should render method, where we're going to return a simple true. And that is it. That is the entity, the registration, and the renderer done. We can connect the renderer and the entity by just simply calling inside of our tutorial mod client class in the onInitialize client method, entity renderer registry.register for the chair. And then here, of course, for the chair renderer ::new. And that is it. And now, of course, we need to spawn this entity inside of our chair block. For this, I'll copy over the method that we're going to need, and you'll see that this is more straightforward than you might think. And then this is the chair entity, and this is the chair, this is the chair, and this is the chair. And the idea here is that when you right-click this block, right, the onUse method is, of course, the right-clicking method. When we're not on the client, we're going to just make a null entity over here. We're going to get all of the entities that are inside of a box, inside of the chair. This is just sort of a fail-safe if for some reason the entity did not despawn. Then what we're going to do is we're going to check, okay, is there anything in there? If there's not, that means that there is no entity of type chair inside of already spawned. So we're going to spawn one right here with this. And if there is already in one, then we're just going to take the first one and we're going to say, hey, that is our entity. And this is what the player is now writing. And that is literally it. So yeah, basically we have to sort of do a little bit of trickery because, well, we have to spawn an entity because there's no other way that the player can sit down. I'm sure there is a way that we could feasibly do it. But why would we do it? Right? This is way smarter in this case, just spawning one entity and then you're good to go. With that done, let's jump into the game and see if it works. Alright, I'm back in Minecraft, and let's just right click and you can see all of a sudden I am sitting on a freaking chair. How cool is this? Huh? Come on, man. And if we press F3B, we can see the entity below us. And if I were to jump to a new chair, that entity is gone. Or if I, stop sitting on it, then the entity is gone and a new entity will spawn. What is really cool is that you can just like jump from chair to chair like this. I feel like someone should make a like a parkour map doing something like this. I think that could work very well. But yeah, there you go. That is a custom sittable block added to Minecraft. Awesome. And that's going to be for this tutorial right here. Next time in this video, we'll add a basic texture animation with MC meta files. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.